What is up, guys? Game Storm's back at you with some more ESO today. But today I wanted to talk about my thoughts on the game. Since I've logged so many hours into the game already within the first 2 weeks, I thought I'd like to give a little feedback on what I think about the game. Now, if you guys don't know, I am Veteran Rank 1, which is probably way above 70% of the population right now on the console version. I play on the Xbox One, and unfortunately I have nobody to play with other than grouping up with just random people, because all my friends are level 20 or lower. But with all these hours played, I'd like to say that this is a fantastic game. There's been some minor problems, not too many to complain about. There's been some times when NPCs just disappeared, and then you have to reset your game. That is a pain in the butt. But they just released the patch where they eliminated that for the most part. Ever since they released the patch, I haven't run into an invisible one. It's a long story. The story is long, plenty to do. If you're not a quester, you don't have to actually do the quests. But I like to do the quests. I did just about every single quest in my main story. I'm an orc, so I was in the Ebonheart Pact. Did about every single quest. There may have been a few that I missed, but there's none in my journal itself. I have not completed every dungeon though. But let's start there. Let's start with what you can actually do in Elder Scrolls with just traveling. So you have just like what? You have like 7 areas in each faction, each group. The Ebonheart Pact, the Daggerfall Covenant, and whatever the third one is. I don't know what the third one is. So you have all these quests you can do. Even when you're not questing, there's going to be certain areas that will pop up on your map. And it's the same way Skyrim is. Like if you completed like a little area, it will turn white. It'll go from black to white. So there will be things on your map that'll pop up. Not that many, because this isn't Skyrim where there's going to be 50 million things in one area. But they'll pop up, and there's no quest for that zone. There's no quest. You just have to go up, go in. But in these zones, there is guaranteed a sky shard, which helps you get a skill point to get better skills, upgrade passives and stuff. There's a guaranteed skill point, and then there's always a guaranteed like a mini dungeon boss, because they're like public dungeons, these things. So you have those to do. You have all your quests to do. Then when you hit each certain level, you have your story to do. So in the story it doesn't read that much. It's alright. It's not fantastic. It's not amazing. There's some cool parts to end the final mission. That is awesome. And I was worried about when you finish the story that you don't really have much to do. That I thought you'd have to PvP, or you would have to dungeon. Well, guys, don't worry about that, because that is not how it is. Sure, you can go do that, because by the time you beat the story, you will be 49. If you did it right, you should be like level 49 or Veteran Rank 1. And once you beat the story, there actually is more to do. You will get one more story mission, and you will have to touch a crystal, and it will switch you to one of the other factions. So I was in the Ebonheart Pact. I switched to the Daggerfall Covenant now, and now I'm going to be doing all the side quests in the Daggerfall Covenant. Do I think it switched to the third one? I don't know. I hope it does, because that would be sweet to just do all the side quests in the game with one character. So now so you beat the story now. Now you just got a crap ton more quests that you can do if you want to do in one of the other factions. I don't think there's any story. You can't do the story again, clearly, because you already know what the story is. The story, I think, is like the same with every faction. It's the exact same story. But now you have those side quests to do. You have your dolmens, which are like just public events. They were like world events. You have those you can do with people. I love it. It's just amazing. There is so much that you can possibly do. You can go PvP if you want. You can just go do dungeons, which I recommend you go do dungeons to level up a bit if you are behind in level. Just go do dungeons. Just go in the group queue. That is another thing. This is something I really want to talk about. If you are holding back from buying this game because your friends don't have it or your friends aren't going to get it, don't. Please don't. There is plenty to do. You can do all the side quests and the story by yourself. They are fun to do by yourself. And you will have random people come up and help you. It's awesome just having some random person out of nowhere just come up, start fighting side by side, and helping you. Also, if you feel like you want to go do dungeons, but you just have nobody to play with, like none of your friends got the game, well, lucky you. There is a group dungeoning in the game where you can search for a group for a specific dungeon, or you can search for any dungeon, doesn't matter, and it will group you up with people around your level for that dungeon, and everybody joins a group chat, and you all can talk. You can meet friends that way. I met an awesome group of people my first time doing that, and we worked out perfectly fine. We're friends on Xbox now. We haven't played that much, but we did play like 3 days straight together. And there's also minor stuff you can do in the game. You can create your own guild. I just created my own. It's not growing yet. I only created 2 days ago. It's only got like 6 people in it, but I'm working on it. Now, let's talk about some of the complaints. Even though this is an MMO, which I haven't played any MMO, but in my mind, for an MMO, you are supposed to talk. You're supposed to talk. That's just my thoughts on the game. You're supposed to be talking in an MMO, where I don't know how it works on the computer, if you can actually use a mic and talk to people, or you just have to type everything out. I don't know. But in this game, you use your mic, and you talk, and anybody that's in your area will hear you talking, or you join your guild groups, because you can be in 5 guilds, and people in there, they can talk, but nobody talks. Nobody has their mic in. It is very limited on who actually talks, which is just awful. It shouldn't be like that. More people should be putting their mics in so you can actually meet people to play with, where instead of just having to go queuing for a dungeon, which can take 10 minutes, just so you can find some people to talk to. I don't think it should be like that. Also, I already talked about the invisible NPCs. They are fixed. Also, I think that I don't like how, I don't know how to say it, because I don't know if you can actually do it somewhere else. I won't talk about it. But people have been complaining about queue times. Queue times were a thing that I had a problem with as well, and you may have a problem with starting out, where you will sit in a queue to get into your game for maybe 5 minutes. Now, the fact with me is I don't have a queue anymore. I don't sit in a queue anymore. As soon as I hit play game, it loads up, and then I choose my character and loads it into the world. I think that's due to the fact that I'm such a high rank, and then there's not that many of us that are that high of a rank, so it just loads me in right away. But other than that, I don't think there's really any negative things to this game. Like I said, if you are by yourself, just get the game. Just get the game. If you like to be playing with other people, you like games where you go on quests, you like games where you just level up, go get the game. There's nothing wrong with getting this by yourself. I did. My friends got it a week later, but they don't play like me. So this has been my thoughts on the game, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave down in the comments below your thoughts on the game, what you enjoy, what you like, what you think should be in the game, which I actually think that they need to add a point thing, a damage calc. They need to show you how much damage you're doing and how much damage your skills are doing. By the way, that's also another big thing. You will never run out of stuff to level up. Never. You will never run out of things to level up unless you put like thousands of hours. You can level up all your skills. There's so many skills. First off, you have to find all the sky shards if you want to do this, though. I don't even know if you find all the sky shards if you can level up every skill to the max. I have no clue. I think you can, but I'm not positive. So let's say this is what you have to do. You have to level up your skills to 5. Then after that, you can morph them. Now, when you morph them, it gets an extra ability, which is great. And then you have to level that up to 5, and that's where that stops. And then you have your skill trees, which you have to level up all the way to 50, and there's like 40 skill trees. There's probably not that much. There's probably like 30 or 25, something around there. So there's all that. Then once you hit veteran rank, you unlock what is it called? Champion. You unlock champion, which is like, if you know Skyrim, how you leveled up in Skyrim. When you leveled up, you had a skill point and you put it in one of the symbols. That's what champion is. And those, I think, are infinite. You can just keep playing and playing and playing and playing, and you'll just keep getting them, and it doesn't matter, and you just keep putting them in, making your guy stronger and resistant to stuff. It's fantastic. So you will never run out of stuff to level up. So, okay, I think that's it. I think there's nothing else in my mind right now that I need to talk about. If there is, I will make another video. But I think that's it. So anyway, guys, if you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And please comment down below on what you like about the game, what you don't like about the game. I would love to hear it. Peace.